The tangled web spun between Jeremy Renner and Yi Zhou, a collaboration once billed as cinematic synergy, has morphed into a spectacle of allegations, legal volleys, and now, a contested claim of closure that Renner has emphatically dismantled. Zhou, the aspiring filmmaker who leveled explosive charges of sexual harassment against the Avengers alum, took to public forums over the weekend to proclaim a peaceful and mutually respectful resolution, envisioning a future of continued joint ventures on projects like Stardust Future and Chronicles of Disney. Her narrative, laced with gratitude toward Renner's counsel, painted a portrait of negotiated harmony, a phoenix rising from the ashes of discord. Yet, in a swift counterstrike, Renner's attorney, the redoubtable Marty Singer, eviscerated this facade, affirming to media outlets that no such accord exists and branding Zhou's assertions as fabrications born of desperation. This latest skirmish caps a whirlwind of revelations that commenced mere days prior, when Zhou unleashed a digital dossier via Instagram and a subsequent sit-down with international press. She depicted Renner not as mentor but as antagonist, threatening to summon Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE) amid her visa vulnerabilities, dispatching intimate imagery that blurred professional boundaries, and reneging on written agreements that purportedly solidified their partnership. These claims, vivid and visceral, thrust their professional entanglement, initially a promising alliance in indie filmmaking, into the harsh glare of scandal, evoking #MeToo reckonings where power imbalances fester unchecked. Renner's riposte was immediate and ironclad. Through Singer, his representative volleyed that the allegations being made are totally inaccurate and untrue, framing Zhou's outburst as vengeful backlash to rebuffed romantic advances. Further, he accused her of inundating him with hundreds of unsolicited and unwanted messages, inverting victimhood into harassment. This cease and desist missive, a legal broadside, excoriated Zhou's statements as false, fabricated and salacious lies, demanding retraction and hinting at substantial multi-million-dollar claims in the offing defamation suits that could eclipse their stalled productions and financial fallout. Zhou's pivot to purported peace, mere days later, strains credulity against this backdrop. She lauded Singer as the headed-up-the-negotiations architect, extending thanks to everyone who supported a positive outcome and embraced a forward-looking, collaborative path. Visions of resuming Stardust Future, a speculative sci-fi odyssey blending Renner's action hero gravitas with Zhou's visionary scripts, and Chronicles of Disney, a whimsical anthology nodding to animation's roots, dangled as olive branches. Yet Singer's demolition was surgical. There was no deal reached with Yi Zhou to resolve my client Jeremy Renner's substantial multi-million-dollar claims against her. I have no knowledge why Yi Zhou would fabricate a story that a deal has been made with her. This denial not only torpedoes reconciliation but escalates stakes, positioning Zhou's words as potential perjury fodder in impending litigation. To navigate this morass, one must dissect the duo's origins. Renner, 54, post-Hawkeye and his near-fatal snowplow accident that redefined his resilience, sought creative reinvention through producing. Zhou, a Shanghai native with a flair for narrative innovation, caught his eye via festival circuits, their chemistry sparking on Stardust's pilot script, a tale of interstellar redemption mirroring Renner's own rebirth. Early synergy yielded development pacts, but fissures emerged, creative clashes over tone, logistical snarls from Zhou's immigration status, and whispers of boundary oversteps in late-night brainstorming sessions. Zhou's ICE invocation strikes at immigrant precarity, a tactic evoking workplace coercion where legal levers amplify intimidation. The intimate photos, if substantiated, conjure grooming dynamics, while agreement denials suggest bad faith dealings, common pitfalls in Hollywood's handshake-heavy underbelly. Renner's retort, however, recasts Zhou as aggressor. Her messages, allegedly a deluge of fervor, cross into obsession, a reversal that invokes restraining order precedents. Singer's involvement adds gravitas. The attorney, a Hollywood heavyweight who shielded A-listers from tabloid tempests, signals Renner's intent to litigate ruthlessly. His multi-million-dollar claims allude to breach of contract, IP theft, or reputational harm, damages that could bankrupt Zhou's nascent career. Her resolution gambit, thanking Singer ironically, smacks of strategic misfire, perhaps a bid to sway public sentiment or preempt countersuits by feigning maturity. Broader ripples unsettle indie cinema's fragile ecosystem. Stardust Future, with its blend of practical effects and philosophical heft, risked becoming another casualty of personal implosions, joining shelved projects like the Crow remake. Renner's post-accident ethos, family first, selective gigs, clashes with such volatility, underscoring Star's vulnerability to collaborators' whims. Zhou, emblematic of global talents navigating visas and validations, highlights systemic inequities. Her accusations, if vindicated, expose predation. If debunked, they risk muting legitimate voices. As attorneys circle, the impasse endures, a standoff where détente dissolves into deeper distrust. Renner's shutdown isn't mere denial but declaration. No quarter for fabrications, no resumption sans reckoning. For Zhou, it's a high-wire act, pivot to perseverance or peril in perjury's shadow. This feud, raw and revelatory, mirrors entertainment's dual-edged sword, collaborations that birth brilliance, or breed bitterness when egos eclipse empathy. In Renner's unyielding stance, we glimpse a survivor unbowed, demanding truth over truce, his rebuttal a gauntlet thrown in the arena of accountability.